Good morning all and welcome to Hawthorn Dene up on the northeast coast, not far from Sunderland. Can't do northern accents, but near Sunderland on a very warm morning. And Hawthorn Dene, been here a few times. It varies in terms of what to expect. I think today, being so warm, and it's been quite warm and dry in recent weeks, I think it'll be a little bit frazzled. Not expecting too much. I think the one orchid that will be in its peak will probably be the Marsh Fragrants. They should be good. Common Spotteds, there'll be a few there, but I think they'll be past their best. And then it's a case of anything that we might find. And you can turn up some unusual items here. I'm not going to say too much, but you can find some nice orchids at Hawthorn Dene if you're lucky. But it's a nice place, so it's going to be mostly fragrant orchids, Marsh Fragrant Orchids and common spotted orchids. I can see the sea. Always amuses me in this meadow. You see all these purple, classic orchid purple flowers. Of course they're not orchids, but they look good from a distance. Well, survived the long grass. There wasn't much in there. There's usually a few fragrants on this shorter grass. There's certainly pyramidals dotted around. There can be some nice pyramidals. I'd like to see a white one. I've not seen a white one for a while. As you can see, there's quite a few dotted around. And what is that to my right? Okay, it's a bit gnarly. It's starting to go over, but it is a white pyramidal orchid, and that will do for kick-off. Nice pink lollipop of a pyramidal orchid, of which there are many around here, as you can see. Marsh Fragrant Orchid, that's a bit of a relief. I've seen a couple that have gone over already, but this one's still coming out as they should be. I knew we'd find a decent one. A white pyramidal orchid. Very nice. Right, it's a bit of a long slog on a warm morning to get to the old quarry site of Hawthorn Dene. Oh, the gates are open over there. They've never been open before. Very tempting, but I'm not going to go down there. That quarry is finished as well, and it's not part of the reserve, although good heavens, when it does become part of the reserve, if it becomes part of the reserve, that is going to be a bit special. I don't go in there. I'm not going to go in there. Probably the finest orchid I've ever been lucky enough to bump into was here at Hawthorn Dene. It was a frog orchid cross common spotted orchid, and I always check when I first get here. I always check roughly where it was. I can't remember exactly, but I can get roughly on the spot just in case it turns up again. It never has, but you never know. Not a spectacular common spotted, but it's in perfect condition, absolutely fully open, 100%, which bodes well for what's to come. Looks like the Marsh Fragrants are going to be on good form as well. No sign of the hybrid, no sign of any frog orchids either. It was on the left of this path, and it's sort of a bit more overgrown now, so it could be hiding underneath the brambles just round the corner. We'll never know. That's okay, I saw it in its prime. A lot of Marsh Fragrant Orchids. There's a beautiful scent down here amongst these Marsh Fragrant Orchids that I am sitting amongst. This is as close to a pink as I've seen so far. I'm determined we're going to find some crackers when it comes to pinks. I daren't say whites, I'm not sure even white Marsh Fragrance exist. If they do, I'm going to find one. But pink, yeah, I'll be happy to find pinks. More lovely Marsh Fragrant Orchids. You'll have to trust me with the scent, but it's brilliant. Nice common spotted. It's a nice vibrant pyramidal orchid as well. That's a big Marsh Fragrant Orchid, very densely flowered. Just to add to the record, common tway blade just about hanging on. Great markings on that common spotted. The gang of 4 Marsh Fragrance. The vast majority of the common spotted here at Hawthorn Dene are white-ish, pale. Unfortunately, you do get some more vibrant ones, but mostly they're pale. Another pale one. At least it's got some sort of markings on it. Faint markings. Never any shortage of pyramidals on this bank. I will try and find some that stand out. This is the big Hawthorn Dene bank. If you've got hours to spare, you just go up and down. It'll kill your legs. You'll find a lot of orchids. Probably nothing too spectacular, but you'll find a lot of orchids. I won't be doing that because it's too warm and my legs are falling off already. I'll try and pick out what I can see. Another incredibly vibrant pyramidal orchid. That's pink, I think. I think I can count that one as a pink Marsh Fragrant. Looks good. Just a few pyramidals. Three-tier pyramidal orchids. Right, I've traversed across the bank. I mean, there's lots and lots of common spotted orchids, mostly just past their best. But they're all the same, they're all sort of very, very pale, with very pale markings. There isn't anything too spectacular, but there's lots of them. Marsh Fragrance, there are bucket loads, but they're all the same, as in, I think I've videoed all the pinks there are, so there aren't many pinks. No sign of anything near to white or very pale form, so similar to the common spotted. There's plenty of them, but they're all the same, so they're not particularly exciting. So I'm going to wander off the bank now. I'm going to check out one or two of the other places here nearby that have shown up well in the past. I thought for a second that was a sort of peloric mutation of a Marsh Fragrant Orchid, but I think it's just slow in opening and it will get there. It just looks a bit different. Very luminous pink pyramidal orchid. More of the same. It's nice to see a nice clean common spotted orchid. It isn't browning off. It's still at its best. There aren't many of these. Plenty of Marsh Fragrance in their absolute prime, which are always good to see. I just want to find one that's a little bit special. A really soft pink would be nice. Absolutely loads of orchids here. Absolutely loads of Marsh Fragrant, loads of common spotted. Just looking for something that is... Oh, and loads of pyramidals as well. I keep forgetting them. I just want to find a wow factor orchid or two, and then I'll leave here happy. At the moment I haven't found a wow factor clonker. I've got one last card to play really. I'm going to drop right down to the next level, which I only started going down to the last couple of times. So it can be very good down there. And in terms of Marsh Fragrance, it can be absolutely spectacular. So fingers crossed, there's every chance it could be spectacular down there, and that'd be a nice way to end it. I think this is the way down. I don't really remember, but it looks right. Yeah, it looks about right. I don't know if you can see these Marsh Fragrance, and in the distance you can probably only just make them out. There are loads, lots of purple. Now if I check all these out and there isn't a pink one, I'll know it's not my day. I can just sit down here and enjoy the scent in this weather. It's superb. I was sure that was a white common spotted. I thought I found something special at last. It's got the faintest at the very top, the most faintest of markings on it. It's therefore not a white. Never mind. It looked like a white, still does. I mean, come on, there's got to be something special amongst this lot. Surely. What a wonderfully neat and tidy Marsh Fragrant orchid. Perfectly arranged. The scent is great and the sight is great. I mean, this many Marsh Fragrance together is a sight to behold. It's fantastic. But there's no pink ones. There must be hundreds of Marsh Fragrance, but there's no pink ones. There's some lightish ones I'm going to have to grab, but there ain't no light pink ones. But what a fantastic setting. As I say, the scent is overwhelming. It's absolutely superb. It's sort of pink. You've got to give me that. That's the pinkish one of the bunch. I'll have that. That's it. I'm going to have to call this one a day because it's getting too warm now. What a fantastic sight this is down here. I thought it might be. I've seen it like this before. You catch the Marsh Fragrance when they're at their best, which is like right now. And down here it's fantastic. There are hundreds here in a very, very small area. And are there any pink ones? Not really, no. But I don't care. I do care, but you know, just to be amongst these, the smell, the scent is staggering. It really is superb down here. And so definitely the highlight of Hawthorn Dene. Everything else has been pretty much by the book, straightforward common spotted, nothing spectacular. Loads and loads of Marsh Fragrance, even up top, but again, all pretty much the same, so nothing too spectacular there. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it, even though I'm overheating quite rapidly now and need a drink, and the pubs are open, so all good excuses to leave. But it's been good, and I've enjoyed it, as I always do at Hawthorn Dene, and I hope you found something you enjoy here, and thank you very much as ever for keeping me company. Do drop a few comments in, after the video on anything that you want clarifying on, anything you want to put me right on is good. Happy with that always. And thank you very much for joining me and keeping me company, and I hope to see you all next Friday at 6 o'clock, and wherever it is. I doubt the scene is going to be as good as this one.